everybody. So today is Sunday. That means it's time for family movie night. And this week we are celebrating the Super Bowl. And I'm not like the biggest football fan in the world. I usually think the Super Bowl is pretty boring. It's usually not that great of a game. And like I don't hate sports like some girls, but just doesn't really do it for me. I'll probably be watching some of the Kitten Bowl on Hallmark for the Hallmarkies podcast that I do. And you can see our cool shirts. Oh. And but anyway, I'm not really that big into the Super Bowl, but I thought it'd be fun for this week for family movie night to suggest a football movie that was good for the whole family. So we're going to talk about the film Remember the Titans, and this came out in 2000, and it is based on a true story. Some say loosely based, whatever, it doesn't matter to me as long as it's a good movie, and it is about a man named Coach Boone and Herman Boone, and he's played by Denzel Washington, and he comes in and he is assigned to coach this mixed first integrated football team for this town in Virginia, and he's having to replace the previous coach who was going to make it into the Virginia Hall of Fame, played by Will Patton, Coach Yost, who's white. And so you have not only the players getting integrated, but you have the coaching staff getting integrated. And it basically follows their first year. And they basically tell Coach Boone that if you lose a single game, then you're off. You're out of here. And so he takes an extremely hard line stance, and he kind of, I think he feels like he has to, because there's so much stopping these boys from valuing each other and becoming a team. There's so many things that he has to be extra harsh as far as like the sort of, those military tactics that football uses, for some reason. He's definitely super intense as far as making them run and making them, just do push-ups until they're throwing up, and just super, super, super intense training, and in that sort of military style. And, you have moments where they're having a really hard time getting along, and he's just very, 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 tough with them, even to the point where the Coach Yost character's I've seen tough, and this is crazy. And but it does start to work, and they start to respect each other, just because he just insists that they have to. And so you have a lot of talent in the casting of the team. People like Donald Faison and Ryan Gosling is in this. You have a nice sort of chemistry between all the different characters. It's believable when they are both antagonists against each other, but then also when they gather together. One thing I completely forgot is there's a character that played by Kip Purdue that is, I think, supposed to be a gay character. He kisses one of the other boys at a certain point. I'd forgotten that. This movie really does try to bite off quite a bit in what it tackles. And there are some tense moments, but I think that there's a scene where if they get a brick thrown through their window in their house. There's also a scene where a person gets in a terrible car accident. And so there are some tense moments that for young kids might need some explanations and talking, but I think that's actually a really good thing. And you can start to talk about what happened, and what this sort of, you can talk about racism and why we should get along with people of all different races with your kids. That's a really important conversation to have, and why it doesn't matter what color your skin is. It matters your character and who you are. And so this is a good movie, I think, jumping off from that point. I also think Hayden Panettiere is really cute as a little girl, Coach Yost's little girl. You have Kate Bosworth in here as a small part. It's a really good, solid cast. And Denzel Washington is just excellent in this role. He's just tough, but there's always sort of that humanity in him. He's just great in this role, as he is in most roles. My only really flaw with the movie is that some of the football scenes go on a little bit too long, and there's a couple scenes that I feel like, okay, we got it. He's a super tough coach, and we kind of maybe got a little repetitive in a couple of scenes for me. And some people feel like it's too schmaltzy, it's too, but I don't care about that. I like a good inspirational sports movie. I think that's great. So I think this is a really good movie, and I think that you'll really enjoy watching it with your family. And it's probably a lot more entertaining than the Super Bowl. So let me know what you think about Remember the Titans. It has a really awesome soundtrack also, which is cool. So let me know what you think of Remember the Titans, and what are some of your favorite inspirational sports movies. So put in the comments section, and thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye!